So you're welcome to your favorite session of the program, The Boss. I am Miss Blossom. Today's Thursday, and of course, we're here to discuss what's trending and buzzing on social media, but from a different angle: relationship, lifestyle, and whatever is trending about all of this. We'll bring it right here on the show. And to watch this program live, you can download Galaxy Television app from Google Play Store or Apple Play Store to watch this program, or you can as well tune in to our digitized channel at UHF 27. I'm not doing this alone as usual. I have my co-host with me, Gratitude. Gratitude, how you doing? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Blossom. How are you doing?
I'm good.
So first, before I start talking, Blossom, do we need to wrap? Because we have three amazing
guests
in the studio. So do we need to wrap?
Ooh.
Let's do something quick.
Yeah, wrap it.
Yo.
Don't for my handle. Don't for my handle.
I'm sorry. Welcome to yet another exciting episode of The Buzz, where we talk about what's trending and buzzing on the internet. Would also educate you, so please be seated and don't touch the dial. My name is Gratitude Imokwede.
Okay, so yes. Well, we're expecting Gratitude to actually, wrap the names of our guests and introduce them. But I don't like to pass my boundary, so I'm not gonna rap. I'm just gonna do the usual by introducing them graciously. So I'm gonna start from my very far right. Is we have Femi Chacha Emmanuel. He's a life coach. It's good to have you on the show, Femi.
Yeah, thank you for having
You're welcome,
me,
sir.
and it's a pleasure to be here.
Yes.
Yeah, I know there's no table to shout out today, so
Are you sure?
I'm meeting my other friends here for the first time.
time.
probably,
Oh,
so-
great.
So
Oh,
I'm not
great.
sure if there's any table to be shouted.
Oh, great. Okay, well, from the topics, I think there are one or two
Okay.
that will shatter this table.
Yes.
Trust me, there are. And yes, I have, after next this, we have Patricia. Patricia is an amazing person. She has a foundation. She's a women advocate. And of course, she is also a life coach. It's good to have you,
Thank
Patricia.
you. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. My expensive body.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Okay, and also we have another guest who is an amazing person, always here on time, and I like his analysis because most times he tries to use them with experiences, and there's nothing more, how will I put it, more interesting than using life experiences to judge the situation. It's good to have you. Success.
Good to
Thank you
have
so
you
much
too.
for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
Yes, and of course we have a full table today, so I'm just going to dive into what we have for now. The first thing we'll be talking about is about a paternity test. Now, we had Deji Adeyanju. We all know him as an activist and also a lawyer, where he came out and said that DNA should be mandatory before birth certificates are issued in Nigeria. And I'm like, homes will be broken right there in the hospital. In fact, hospital will start, they will have a lot of emergencies if care is not taken, because that is a very wrong move. But I think the idea is quite alright. But who am I? We have guests here that will be talking about it. I'm going to start from Femi Chacha. Femi Chacha, what do you think? Imagine a woman, possibly, I don't know, let's not even imagine. Possibly there's a possible outcome that maybe that child is not even the man's child. And there has to be a DNA conducted because it's mandatory, and he finds out that child he paid for, did everything for, he's not his child, and they will now have to issue a birth certificate on that, changing and all of that. How do you think this will go? Do you think it's a right thing to do?
I don't know why you chose to start. I was thinking we'll hear the ladies' perspective first, but you see, I like challenges, and I like to throw myself at them, even if challenges don't throw itself at me.
I do.
So the first thing is, everything that has an advantage has a disadvantage. And for every innovation, irrespective of how grateful we are to every innovation, it always comes with its own side effects. I'll give you instances. Many years ago, when we were using horses and donkeys as means of transportation, you can't compare the accidents to plane crash. And it doesn't mean that flying planes won't get you there faster. But what I mean is that for every advancement, it always carries its own disadvantage. So now what we have to always weigh is if the advantages outweighs the disadvantages. Yeah, so I need to set that clear. So now, secondly, my position on this, Deji is a good friend, and we talked about it yesterday. He's on vacation at the moment, and I knew why he actually posted he actually posted that. Yeah, you know, he's a lawyer now, so he's looking at things from most. See, women and men look at things differently, and while most of us think men are very strong people, see, men cannot endure pain. When men can endure pain when it is physical, but you see, when it is mental, you will not like their responses, and that's why when they go all out and they find out that the child is not theirs, you will be so surprised at that U-turn. The way that child now becomes irritating, the way the mother that U-turn. Because it's first things hit a man mentally before it hits him physically. Women, it hits them emotionally before it now begins to take a toll on them. Now, so my opinion on this is, if we look at the advantages, if you have to get a DNA test to be sure of the paternity of your child, then that shows that it shows how you married, who you married. That's the first point. 2, it shows sometimes it points to how the man himself is also reckless and he doesn't want someone else to also play smart on him. Then 3, women ask questions when they have answers. Men ask questions for clarification. If my wife start telling me who is so and so, I won't be doing like this. I know she already knows. Women ask questions that they have the answers.
That's a smart one for yourself.
But men ask questions for the sake of clarity. So, but men make that mistake to think they are asking questions for the same reason a woman asks, because that's why you now want to play smart. So that's why you find out that once you tell a woman, I want to do the DNA test, you see the whole thing, because she knows the answer. She knows it already. But if you are the one as the man that is not even sure, you are looking for clarity. Going forward, I think where we will begin to have issues, especially in this 21st century, is that people are dating more younger now. You see younger people with bigger bodies, and they are going into dating, and they're going into people now graduate faster. When we were in school, some of us graduated at a very elderly stage, and my son is just 23 and he's rounding off already. So I have girls that are in his class that are probably even 21, 20, and they're already looking to rounding off. So there are tendencies of making more mistakes sexually. Yes, there are those tendencies. And the reasons why guys are getting more scared is because there's this thing we used to do, batch Eve, where guys misbehave. But you see, feminism is making women more bold, and men don't know how to ask the right questions. That's the fact. Men are, there's this cultural bias of who a man is and who a woman is. And women are stepping up, which I'm in support. I have girls, I have daughters. Now, my conclusion on this, I think once you begin to ask such questions, then it points to trust. And women, if you end up finding out that you own the child, that woman will not forgive you. You may move on, but you see she's moving out. She may not move out physically immediately, but you see mentally she has checked out. Yes, mentally she has checked out. So men, if there are no reasons why you feel you should, if there are no signs, you don't just ask it, except you have the means and you want to do it without her knowledge. But you see, anything that makes you to say it, and she now follows you and is now positive, the woman checks out psychologically or mentally from the home. She may still be playing her role, but you just see it on her that she's not there anymore. And it's more dangerous. In fact, I would rather date someone. How will I put it? I would rather be in the home with someone that we can argue and she says what's on her mind than someone that because of one thing she now goes completely silent. She will not even say anything anymore. But you're living corpse. I'm being sincere. Number 2, women, if you know, there's something we call digital footprints. If you know you had a bad past, clear your social media, come out clear to whoever you are married to, but make sure that you cut off this entirely. Some of the things that makes men begin to ask some of these questions is when you now begin to password everything. Most guys are not interested in checking phones. But when you now become too secretive about it, then they now begin to ask questions. And there's no way a guy will ask questions that he will not find what he's looking for. So women, once you know you are married and committed, clear your paths. Cut off from everyone and let them then come out straight. Hey, my dear, this and this, but I do not belong there anymore. I have cut off from all of that. So that will save any future reasons to ask for DNA. But I can tell you point blank, if it gets to that point where a guy has to ask,
then there's a problem.
Then there's a problem.
So, what do you advise men to do? How do you expect them to go about it? Asking these questions, asking their wife these questions. Because from what you just said, if they're going to lay this policy, there are going to be a lot of problems and challenges in homes and the community at large. So what exactly should men do? How should they communicate with their wives or find out these things?
I'll round off on that, then I'll allow my other colleagues to talk. See, there are logical ways of asking. See, women like to talk. But the truth is that men only listen for the details. That's why you find out that if you chat a guy, women will say plenty things. Guy will just say only one. Okay. You can just pick the one that feels.
That is interesting.
Yes. You can say that, my brother, I think you understand what I'm saying. You can say 20 things. Women don't like it. But the only thing the guy will respond to will just be one.
And we do not like that.
Women don't like it. But the truth is, that's the way men are configured. That's the way men are configured. Except, to drag him out. Maybe you now send voice on and he has to force himself to listen to. But people like me don't even listen. So now, the truth is in the details. You have reasons to begin to doubt. Then you have to be interested in the conversation. Not, hey, girl, how was your day today, babe? Women, if my wife asks me how was my day, I'll just think, babe, I'm just tired, I'm stressed. But if I mistakenly ask my wife how was your day, she will start from when she picked back. Baby, as I came out like this, I know that I'm in trouble and I have to listen. So when you know that she will still tell you the details, you just need to be the one to talk. You don't need to, she will talk. As much as my wife has many kids for me, I know times that she go out and people still approach her. Me, I don't have reason, but because we talk, she will find a way to mention it. Babe, how was your day? Especially when I see that she looks too beautiful, she's going out. I know that the only thing I have to ask her is, how was your day? And I'll get all the necessary. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So it's, so person even do that. I like it. But you see, when they now begin to go opposite and say, how was your day? And she doesn't want to talk, then you begin to know that there is an issue.
Okay, so let's move on to other guests. Patricia, what do you think about this? Now, coming from a female angle, he said a whole lot about why it might seem somehow if a man demands for it. Now, talk more of making it mandatory that before they issue a birth certificate, there has to be a paternity test.
Okay, it's a very interesting topic and broad. When I talk about social media, I used to say that social media is good. And also social media has its bad side. So whatever bill that is going to be passed, right? Whoever needs to pass it needs to sit down first and examine themselves before they start passing any bill. Because we are in the age where people just talk. Talk is cheap. You see, I used to tell people it's clothes that cover everybody. Some people are mentally insane. You're bringing up a serious issue and you're saying that a child that did not ask for you to give birth to them. If you ask me now, Patricia, where do you want to come in when you are coming to your next life? If you want to give birth to me, you think you want to hear my response. But you don't want to hear my response. So what I'm saying is that a child that did not take permission to be given birth to, you are now bringing a law to kill that child before the child starts facing real life issues. There are a lot of patients in the hospital today. They need just 20,000 naira to get out of the hospital. Because of what I do, we're running a project in the slum project, sponsored by Ministry of Wealth Creation. We saw 16 years old girl, 15 years old girl. They all have kids like this. 17, they have kids. And I'm like, okay, as this child taking immunization injection? No, you, what of you? I said, how many months? 5 months. You, 4 months. Immediately, we had to find the nearest health because they say, you have to pay for, they say we have to pay. I said, no, nobody pays for this injection. BCG, all these injections are free. Go to this place, go to the health center. And the women there, they attended to them. Wow, this is one aspect. You are asking a woman to do a DNA test before the birth certificate. Some children they have not taken the right injections to even protect themselves to be alive. You want to murder a child before the child is born.
So it's more like a misplaced priority.
It's misplaced priority. Excuse me, it's misplaced. We have bigger issue in the continent. We have bigger issue in the insecurity. We have issues that needs to be talked about. Husband and wife, you are getting married. You have trust issue. If you have trust issue, please don't marry yourself because trust first is the foundation of a marriage. It is the foundation of a marriage. You had your wrong past. I had my wrong past. We come together. We know that we are both messed up. We're coming together. Who say marriage is ever perfect? Who say two people are actually perfect? We are two people coming from two different backgrounds, two messed up backgrounds, coming together and sitting down and saying, we are going to make this work. Do you know that my late doctor said something to me? He said, there was a woman that married as a virgin. She stayed in that marriage for 5 years. Everybody was accusing her. You don't have a child. You don't do this. And they went to see a doctor. And the doctor said, if your husband sleeps with you for 25 years, you will never have a child.
Oh, wow.
She didn't understand until she realized that it was the husband's fault. Now, she broke up. The marriage broke because there was no honesty. Some men know that they have issues. Any man that say, honey, let's go for paternity test or DNA test, you have issue. Agree. That's my angle. You have issue. You already know you have issues. And when you now find out that the woman is pregnant, you are saying, are you sure?
How did she get pregnant?
Is it me? All the women I've been with since all my life, none of them are pregnant. Go and check yourself. You have issues. It's not the woman's fault. So that idea of I know that maybe 2 or 3 issues have come up. See, this issue of paternity test, like when during COVID, I was in India for a whole year. If you enter the hospital and there are people with COVID, when you enter there, you will test positive. So paternity tests and all those things, some of them are not real. They are not correct. They are not 100% correct. Why do people have mixed diagnosis when they go to the hospital? Sometimes they mix the test results. So what are we saying?
Very true.
So for me, if any man comes up to a woman, he says something very, very, very key. The moment you tell your wife you want to do that, you have killed her mentally and that marriage is gone already in her head. She might just be with you because of society pressure. She doesn't want... She's gone. So any man that comes up with the fact that you want your wife to run a paternity test, DNA before they issue certificate, Oga, we should just go our separate ways.
Okay, all right. Success. Let's hear what you have to say. Looking at what Femi said and what Patricia said, what is your take about this topic?
Unfortunately, I'm going to be on a different page.
From the both of them? Oh, interesting. Okay, go ahead.
Now, the reason is because if you've had discussions with people who have gone through serious emotional damage, you would know that some of you who enjoy a loving, sweet relationship are favored or are graced. Now, you see, trust is gold in a relationship. And as scarce as it is physically, in a relationship, that is how trust is in this generation. So, if as a man, you have questions or you have doubt about your baby, I don't think you even need to talk to your wife about it. Do it privately. Because if you are wrong, like he said, she's going to be hurt. But if you have tangible reasons to question the paternity of your baby, there is nothing wrong in finding out, is this man? And you see, I've seen people who got married only to find out later, after you are emotionally attached to the child, 5 years, 10 years. That is when you're discovering that this is not your baby. Probably because he was sick, blood transfusion, something. You just found out that this is not your child. By that time, money is involved. Emotion, most importantly. So you begin to ask, how do you start? Now, some are so bad that it's not just a child. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my question is this. This is why I recommend DNA test. If the government decides to say, okay, we're going to be doing paternity tests before child, a lot of ladies will be so careful about doing funny things. Because you already know that the day this child is going to be given birth to, his paternity is going to be known. I can bet you that cheating will clamp down. Yes, it will. It will clamp down because if I get to know the paternity of the baby from childbirth, it saves both of us a lot of stress. It's easier to detach from that child at the early stage than when you are completely engrossed. And I will recommend this to men. You see, when you get to a certain level with a child, it's even better not to even do the paternity test because you will so hurt yourself. You will so hurt the baby. Are you getting what I'm saying? So if you've gotten to a certain kind of relationship with that child, you just probably have to just swallow whatever suspicion you have. Even though you know that there's a possibility that this child is possibly not yours. But to save yourself that stress of finding yourself in that situation where you have to let go, not because you should, but because you don't want to complicate issue. It's better you do it from the onset. You know Nedu, what happened to Nedu. Did you hear what the wife said? The wife said, you assumed it's your baby. Did I tell you it's your baby? Somebody that was married. And he said, you got to find out that his child, the first child, was not his. And so it was going everywhere. She had the guts to say it on TV that she never told Nedu that this is your baby. That Nedu assumed. So my question is, so I'm supposed to ask you as my wife, this child, is it my baby?
Was she pregnant before she got married to him?
Yes. And a lot of marriages happen like that. Now, a lot of people get into marriage with pregnancy. And so the guy will assume, okay, you are pregnant for me now. The best way to prove my love to you is get married. And a lot of ladies expect that, including the person I was talking to yesterday. So now I get married to you because I trust you and because I'm in love with you. Only for me to find out years later
that the baby's not mine.
And these suspicions only come in when you now find out, maybe through a text message or through some funny movement from your wife, you begin to question a lot of things. Or maybe the angel you thought you married, you now find out that you cannot trust her words. You now begin to question, this thing she told me, is it true? This thing she told me. By that time, you've already gone far. Before you start the divorce process, before you start the mental health of the children, everything is now complicated. So isn't it better from the grassroots that you know that this, especially when your relationship is not the one that went through a natural process? For example, she got pregnant or maybe you struggled while you were dating her. You knew that there were all different guys around her, and somehow she finally agreed. And one thing I found out about ladies who usually practice this is when they get pregnant, they look at Toby, they look at Ima, yes, they'll not ask they might not even choose the one they are in love with because they don't consider him a fit for a husband. They will choose the one that they consider and they'll tell him you are the one that is pregnant and pregnant for. Even though they know this pregnancy belongs to John.
Okay, so I like the aspect you're bringing up from, but I want to also look at the other aspect of it. Now, because I see that the paternity test that is being conducted is not actually because of the female. It's not because of the child. It's only focusing because of the man. Yeah. Right? So let's turn the table. Now, a woman that you want to conduct a DNA test for her child before you issue a birth certificate, does that exclude the fact that even while you're trying to save the man is not out there doing the same thing and already has a child outside? So there's nobody looking at that angle for a woman, but they are looking at that angle for a man. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I'm legally married to you. Right? I'm pregnant and about to give birth, and they want to make a paternity test. But right there, you are having, escapades outside, and probably somebody's even pregnant for you. You will easily go there without having to even do DNA because you know that child is yours. But you're ready to put me under the, under the bus because
that's why I said, one time on this program, I said the consequences or the repercussion for cheating for a man and a woman are not usually the same.
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Are not usually the same. Now, I don't support cheating, whether it's coming from the man, whether it's coming from the woman. But this is what I would say. Once paternity test is done, even though there's maternity test to know if you are actually, because a situation where he finds out that it's not the man and she's saying, no, he's the guy. So the next recommendation will be, let's do a maternity test to be sure this is your baby to start with. So what I would say is this. If the man gets to find out that this is not my baby and he makes a decision, if you get to find out that your husband is also playing away match, make your decision. Nobody is compelling you to stay. As a matter of fact, even in the Bible, the only justifiable reason for divorce, according to scripture, is infidelity. If you find out that your partner is cheating, bounce. If you decide to forgive, that's your choice. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if the woman gets to find out by any other way that, okay, my husband has a baby, go your way if you have to, if you need to. Nobody's going to. People only try to beg you, plead with you, and make you want to understand. But it's actually your choice. And like I always say, if you must forgive, don't forgive more than once. Because anything that happens twice is intentional. It's going to be habitual and it's going to be recurring.
Anyway, this topic is very deep. I'm just going to leave it at So if I'm to say a yes or no, just let's get a yes or no. Femi Chacha, would you think it's a go for you? Paternity mandatory? Paternity test mandatory?
On the basis of trust issues.
Okay, great. Patricia?
For me, it's a no for me.
Okay.
It's a no for me because if I have to get married to you, I believe that when we're talking about this issue, I think they should also look at, is it marriage outside or, proper marriages?
Proper marriage.
Yeah. So trust issue for me, it's no paternity test.
Okay.
So it's a trust issue.
It's a trust issue.
Yeah.
So no
it's
need
something
for the
that
test.
both the husband and the wife know their secrets. They know.
They know better.
They know better. So
okay, so
let's not bring a child into such disgrace.
You know my answer. It's a big yes.
Lord. So all the men are saying yes.
Saying yes.
But the ladies are saying no. Are you saying no too?
What I would say is DNA test should not be mandatory. It should be a personal thing. Yeah. If you as a man feel like this child is not your own, you have trust issues, then like Success said, just do your thing. Just do it. She doesn't even have to know. But making it mandatory
because
anything
it's a no for you.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I think that one too works, but there's also a back end to you doing it behind my back, because if one day I find out, that's another problem. So, but I don't want to go into that because we've said so much on this topic. So we have a message here, and one of our guests is going to answer that. This one says, "Good afternoon. I'm Samuel from Ogun State. Please, is DNA test or paternity test, is it 99/100% sure? Like, is it always the truth when we make DNA test?" Let me ask you, Femi Chacha. Do you think it's the truth?
Scientifically, it is very accurate. But where the but comes from is I'm a scientist. I've had reasons to as a relationship expert, I've had reasons to sort issues that you will find out that there's something scientists call I can be involved with a lady and I'm the one responsible, and there is dominant and recessive. So it is when the dominant sperm fertilizes that it carries my DNA. But if it is the recessive, even though it is me, if it can take someone else from my family to be able to now confirm. So it goes on, but that only occurs on rare, very rare circumstances, very, very rare circumstances. So I don't want to go into the scientific detail, but I just try to use something everyone can relate with. Everyone can relate with dominant and recessive, the two words. So, but at all times, I want to give it an 80% or 90% that it's always true.
Accuracy. Well, since that's been said, I hope we have answered the question of our guest, and let's leave that at that. We already see what it is. It's not yes, it's not a no, but they are closest to either a yes or a no.